So far in 2021, we have traveled all around the world to 5 continents.
We traveled to Africa, to Europe, to Asia, to North America, and to South America, all under $1,000.
And in this video, we're going to show you how we did it and how you can as well. So as you guys know, 2021 definitely is not the easiest year to travel the world. So you're probably wondering, guys, how did you guys travel the world?
Especially since we just started YouTube and are first funding all of our travels from our savings, budget traveling is how we make our videos even possible. And if this is something for you, let's get right into it.
So how we were able to travel all around the world in 2021 was we booked one plane ticket to Brazil.
And that's the crazy thing. We had no idea when we arrived in the Amazon jungle how diverse the country actually is.
And when we hitchhiked all the way from the Amazon jungle to the coast of Brazil, we arrived in Salvador, Brazil. And this is where it shook our reality to the core and we were like, holy shit.
I felt like I was in a whole nother country. It's crazy because we had no idea about the Brazilian history and how 80% of Salvador is Afro-Brazilians. So they have African roots. And when we arrived there, it was the first time I ever experienced so many people from Africa in one place, because in Asia and Europe, that's not common at all. So that's when we felt like we entered Africa, and not only am I saying this because of the way the people look, but the culture, the food, the religion, it's reflected everywhere in Salvador that there is a huge history there from Africa.
Aqui é Africa Live. Bahia, Brasil.
I was literally shocked. I was like,
and
what?
You gotta imagine, because we came from the Amazon jungle, so all we saw were mixed Brazilians that had indigenous past or ancestry, or just not black people.
Salvador, Brazil was the first of the domino effect of us realizing how diverse Brazil was.
Yeah, and that's when it started, and that's when we heard along our way when we made our way down to Sao Paulo, which cost us less than $100 US,
for both
so
of us.
Super affordable. We entered again a whole new world when we found out that the largest population of Japanese people outside of Japan live in Sao Paulo. Suddenly it made sense to me why on our way there people were calling me Japa, because it's the first time I've ever been called Japanese so many times.
We didn't really think about it. We were like, why are they calling you Japanese? But it wasn't until we realized all Brazilians just kind of realized that any Asian is a Japanese because there's so many Japanese in Brazil.
Yeah, because it's the largest population outside of Japan. So we arrived there and we found out there was a Japantown called Liberdade, and that's where we did our previous video where we went to Japan, because everything there is actually Japanese, whether it's the supermarkets, the people. It was Mara's first time in Japan. What did you think?
I was walking down the streets and I was like, hang on a minute, am I in Japan? These people look so Japanese. And then I spoke to them, I'm like, you don't speak Japanese at all, you speak Portuguese.
Eu falo em português.
Olá. So I was like, what?
So it's pretty incredible, and that was our second country.
So just like Japan, how there's the most Japanese people outside of Japan, in Sao Paulo is the same as Italians. There's the largest population of Italians outside of Italy in Brazil. And the Italian influence definitely shows with this. Pizza.
Yeah.
Here in Brazil and in Sao Paulo, pizza, they make 1 million pizzas per day, and it definitely is because of the Italian influence.
If you have a date and you're in your house, you order pizza.
So it's for every occasion. It's
Every
romantic
occasion.
date, with family, with friends, everything.
Pizza. And here in Brazil, pizza is crazy. They have chocolate pizzas. They have big chickens on the middle of the pizza. They have all-you-can-eat pizza, which we experienced in Brazil.
Muita pizza.
And then we found out about a little Netherlands where Dutch people have immigrated to this city.
Yeah, and it's near to Sao Paulo, and the cool thing is that I was born in the Netherlands, and finding out about it was like reconnecting to part of my roots as well. We drove there, which was like 2 hours away from Sao Paulo by bus. It's super cheap as well.
It was my first time experiencing the Netherlands. I've never even heard anything really about it, you know?
Yeah.
But it was really nice experience. We had like Dutch food.
Yeah, bitterbal. We went to the windmill, which you find a lot in the Netherlands, and the cute little houses like in Amsterdam. So it was so beautiful to experience that. Even though it was small, it's very present that it feels like you're actually in Netherlands.
Welcome to the Netherlands.
And next, we found out about America and Brazil, and I'm gonna pass this over to the American here in this video.
After slavery was abolished in America, these Americans that still wanted to practice their Confederate ways of living came to Brazil because Brazil at the time had not actually abolished slavery yet. So they founded a city called Americana, and to this day they still hold annual Confederate parties where they continue their roots.
And it's so fascinating to me because apart from this area, American influence is also everywhere, because you see so many people wearing California, Hawaii, Brooklyn on a shirt, on their hat. And the funny thing is that a lot of Brazilians don't actually speak English.
And they have no idea what is on their shirt and what it means.
So they have this huge store where each of these stores has a huge Statue of Liberty in front of it.
I was like, what? Why is the Statue of Liberty all over Brazil? Like, it made no sense to me. Everywhere I go, it's always America. I'm like, can I ever get away? So from Sao Paulo, we went to the south of Brazil for the first time, and we discovered a German community, which was mind-blowing. And Naomi is actually German herself. She's half German.
It was Mars' first time in Germany, and he found his new love.
Beer. I never liked beer before, but now when I tried German beer for the first time in Brazil, I was like, this is actually pretty good. Best beer I've ever had.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. Prost, Deutschland.
He was always like anti-beer, but then he tried it and it was like, okay,
Well,
German beer makes sense.
I have a rule now, which was I will never drink beer unless I'm in Germany. And I actually felt I was in Germany in this city.
They have German beer breweries, they have the second largest Oktoberfest in the entire world, and they have full-on German cuisine, whether that's Bratwürste or Eisbein or pork knuckle or whatever dishes you want to find, they have it. The funny thing is that I felt like I was actually in Germany because of the culture, the people, the food, everything, except that it looked tropical. So I was like confused a little bit because I was like, I feel like I'm in Germany, but everything's tropical. So
Because
I
right
feel
now
like,
it's like very snowy in Germany, right?
Yeah,
And here
and-
we are in like a tropical paradise.
yeah, so it was really authentic. So that's another country we visited, visiting my roots without ever going back to Germany and saving a lot of money. And now, lastly, you're probably wondering, what is our 7th country?
Our 7th and most favorite country, because it has all of them combined, Brazil.
We discovered the whole world in Brazil. All I can tell you guys is that if you want to travel the world under $1,000, come to Brazil
Because it's also open. Like, there's not many countries that
Yeah.
are open right now, and Brazil is actually open in 2021. With this video, we hope that we can show you and the world and all you travelers out there how diverse Brazil is, and that you should come and experience this diversity.
Yeah, and that also, it's literally the most budget and wallet friendly out of all ways of traveling. Also, it is so large, it takes up nearly 50% of South America. So just thinking about that is like, one country opens up so many different more cultures and people and languages that it's nearly like you're traveling around the world just in one place because it's just so large.
So in 2021, with most of the countries being closed and it also being difficult to travel, we think Brazil is at the top of the list to travel because it's open and it's easy to travel, and also you get to travel and experience so many different countries all in one.
We're so grateful that you joined us on this journey after spending 6 months here. It's always been so eye-opening in so many ways, and we can't wait to share more from, this time, an actual next country.
Stay tuned because we still have some amazing videos coming from Brazil. We're not done yet. And also, if you guys want to learn about how we travel, we actually just posted our top 5 tips and tricks on what we think is most valuable to travelers, and that is on our Patreon.
For all of you that are also wondering how we constantly manage to meet so many locals, these 5 tricks and hacks will definitely help you to really immersively experience a new culture in the full spectrum. And with that, please like, comment, subscribe, press the bell, and we'll see you next week. Mwah.